Hey guys, it's Leaf and welcome back to another Planet Zoo video. I just want to welcome you guys all to the Blackstone Zoo. This is a new project I've started over around like the past week, and it's something that I've grown rather fond of. I think this is a project that I'm actually going to stick with this time around. And yeah, let's just get started. So, as you guys can see right away, I'm just making some use out of the new objects, meaning the faux rocks, as well as the new Noto text that Frontier has provided for us. I think they look pretty clean. They give a nice product overall. I think this welcome sign comes out pretty well. The Blackstone Zoo is, I want to say it's based in the Northeast United States. I feel like it's a climate I'm rather fond of. It's a climate that I'm rather used to. And yeah. So let's just go ahead into the first building on our left here. This is sort of the entrance gift shop and information area. So you can come over here on your way out and you can purchase any, if not all, gifts that you might need. And yeah, I got these off the workshop. I will include the creators of them in a hall of donators going forward. So hopefully that'll be made soon. I have some wheelchairs and strollers in there for accessibility and stuff like that. I really want to keep a key focus on that just to make sure that this is as realistic as possible. I also have this little bathroom over here. It's nothing special. I don't think I'll even touch this even more, but that is alright. So over here I have a little backstage area for the bathroom itself. Anything that you see these little green tarps for, I'm probably not going to touch that anytime soon. My original plan is to have a bunch of veterinary stuff back here. Just a big vet center. I think I might base it off of, I believe even built it in the Zooton Tower build going on with Drew's Discord. Beyond Drew TV, excellent builder I have to say. And yeah, let's just get started in the zoo itself. Now before we actually go in, I'm pretty proud of these paths. I might break up the color a little bit, make some darker, make some lighter, just give for a little bit more variation. And yeah, I have these little seating areas as well at the start of the park, just in case if you're coming with like a field trip or something like that, you have a nice area for your entire crew to meet up with. Also, I forget who actually made these electrical boxes, but you will be mentioned as well in the Hall of Donators. We can see it light up just like that. But it's daytime, so let's just continue on with the zoo. Let's actually hit play so it's all nice and lively. We have a couple statues right here greeting you on your way in. I didn't want to draw too much attention to them, so I just have them. I have them recessed a little bit inside the park itself. I forget who made the waterfowls. I know they're part of Drew's Discord, and I just want to say thank you so much, because I love ducks. I love everything about ducks, and you guys are going to see a lot of them in this park going forward. And speaking of lovely waterfowl, we are making our way to our first exhibit. We have the greater flamingos. Made these sun structures myself. I think they look pretty cool. It's just the Arctic fabric as well as the metal poles included with the Australia DLC. And it comes off pretty nice, comes off pretty geometrical. Provides some nice shade to these little guys who seem to be in a Cerebus formation, but, you know, they're just enjoying themselves, you know? But yeah, I think this exhibit came off pretty well. I really love these faux rocks. They provide such an excellent way to build a lot more realistic zoos. I even had this little forage pool hiding under this one right here, so I kind of hit it off with those little blocks right there. And yeah, these guys can walk on pretty much everything except for this little island right there. I'll fix that going forward, but right now I just wanted to show you guys a build. Back here, I'm not even going to try to hide it. Absolutely nothing. And we actually have a little otter friend in there who will meet the rest of his family later. Have this little sign, shows off the little shrimp, make the pink coloration in flamingos, blah blah blah. I will be doing a lot more information signs going forward, but right now this is pretty much the only dedicated one that you'll see from me right now. And just these faux rocks working with the, what are these? Ruined temple pieces, stone support beams. Creates a nice little like rubble look going on right here. I think it comes off pretty well. And yeah, we have some nice pink benches for going with the theming of this opening area right here. And we also have a little cafe to start you off with. Again, not even gonna hide it. Horrible interiors, I know. But it's nice, it's pink, and soon enough I'll be able to flesh it out going forward. But we'll just worry about that later. And I really want to have an emphasis on natural area in this park itself, so you'll see a little bit of these pond areas. And I think they look really nice. We're just going to skip this little area for now. Yeah, I'll get back to that later. But right now, we have our first exhibit. And it's the bald eagle. And I gotta thank ZZ for these. They are absolutely exquisite. They look beautiful flying around in this little implied exhibit over here. And it turns out to be pretty nice. It's based off of a zoo near me. They originally had bald eagles near the entrance, sort of like on this little hill. And I kind of wanted to replicate it, as well as this building over here, but we'll worry about that later. Right now, I just want to get into the American Adventures area of the zoo. I wasn't really planning on having the America section be first, but kind of just ended up that way. Again, the Noto text and faux rocks make for great signs, actually. And I think this one came out pretty well. You have the goldenrod sticking out right there, so it looks nice and bright. Looks like those little amber shades of grain that you hear in America the Beautiful. So going back over here, you actually have this nice cypress tree line going forward, and it leads you into the education area. Haven't put a name to it yet. Haven't really gone too much into the design of the building itself, but it has a nice little seating area over here, so you can actually take a glimpse into our first exhibit. But before we go there, we need to get educated first, and probably some education that I need is working on the interior buildings as usual. I have a few exhibits over here just for, kids and guests to learn about. This is the tarantula. I doubt we can find him. He's probably sticking on the wall or something like that. But this guy's pretty easy to find. We have the little western rattlesnake chilling out right there. Probably the only easy exhibit animal to find. So I'll probably dress these up going forward. Probably not in the next episode, but definitely going forward. And I have some area for some offices as well right in here. And I have these nice little windows, so maybe I'll actually make those into real windows going forward. But yeah, so my plan is to have a little check-in desk like around there. So if you're signing up for a tour of the education center, you can go with an educator. You can go probably even with a summer camp or something like that, and you guys can learn about all the things that the zoo does. And then you'll come to this little garden area, and I don't know, I just felt like this building really needed it. So let's just go into the corner and see up here. I gotta thank whoever made these as well. Again, I'm sorry, I'm not really too keen on the names. Guests will come in here, they'll learn about like cultivation and stuff like that. And then the most important part of this building, I would say so, is the exhibit into our first animal over here besides the flamingos. These are the Dall sheep, and you can see some of them chilling out in there, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Drac made these awesome totem poles, and since the Dall sheep are from Alaska, I want to have a little bit of Pacific Northwest representation around here as well. So I made some of these education signs, and I'll teach you about the totem poles and stuff like that. And hopefully going forward soon, I didn't make it right now, but I'll probably include a little blurb about the glaciers right there. No one uses these ice pieces, and I kind of wanted to give them a little bit of a spotlight, so I included a little fake glacier going on right there. And it's actually kind of funny because the Dall sheep, they run right up it, and it's the funniest thing ever. So going forward a little bit, I have this little wall right here using the faux rocks, and I think it looks mighty swell. So yeah, I used some eel grass to make it look like there was some foliage growth coming out of there. And I'm going to definitely use these going forward once I get to some more hilly parts of the zoo. Right now, it's kind of just on a downward slope, I'd say. But yeah. Right over here, I have the Virginia possums. And I gotta thank ZZ once again for these little guys. We have one poking his head out right there. We have one munching on some oranges, and we have one hiding in a little sleeping basket right there. It's really simple, really understated, and I don't know, I just think it looks nice. We have a little door for access to get in here. I really hope Frontier includes a lot more smaller animals going forward. I think they really help flesh out a zoo. Because, you know, you can have big elephants for days, but when it comes down to it, these guys are going to make up the majority of the park, so hopefully we can see some more moves going on from Frontier from there. We have another totem pole going on right here, thanks again to Drac, and in here we have our first view of the Dall sheep. It's nice. Let's actually go into the exhibit for a little bit. We see a little guy running back there. We can see a little zookeeper taking care of these little guys right here. They mostly like to sleep in here, and they also like to sleep in this little area right here. Or just out on the ground like that. That's cool too. But this exhibit is based off of the local zoo near me, as I said before, Roger Williams. Nicholas Linerider is actually doing a really good recreation of that. So if you guys have the time, I would highly suggest that. He's doing it completely one-to-one, and he's doing a great job at it too. But yeah, it's a nice tiered exhibit, and with the snow-capped peaks over there, it gives a nice forced perspective, I'd like to say. So if we continue on going down here, we are greeted to the more watershed area of the zoo itself. This is S-Dam's Beaver House, named after my boy S-Dan Wolf. He's really inspired me to get started in content creation. And the beaver exhibit from his Pine Creek Zoo was the first episode that got me hooked into his whole style of building, and I think I tried to do my best iteration of it, and I think it comes out pretty well. ZZ, gotta thank you again for these beavers. They are lovely. And yeah, it's just a nice big exhibit. Funny story with this. I was working on another exhibit up there, deleted some grouping of rocks, and it deleted the entire exhibit over here, so I had to redo all of it. But I think I kind of made it work in the end. I'll definitely go back again and redo all of this just to make sure it all looks good. But yeah, wouldn't be an S-Dan build, or at least an S-Dan dedicated build without a waterfall, so we got one going on right there. And I even included this little bubble area right here so guests can stick their heads into the water itself. Not literally, of course, but they can get a better view of the beavers. So let's get started on the river-oriented part of this park. I have this exhibit right here. I don't know what to put in it yet, but if you guys have any recommendations, feel free to throw them out. I'm hoping it would be something related to the water. I'm not sure what animal in the Northeast. Probably a bird or a mammal, small mammal or something like that would be best in this little exhibit right here. But if you guys have any ideas, feel free to throw them out. I will be more than happy to throw it in here, and I'll dedicate this exhibit to you. Yeah, I know, a whole small implied exhibit dedicated to you. Who wouldn't jump on that? I have this little area back here for access to the water, filtration and stuff like that, and you need this for the little otter exhibit. Now we can see one of the guys swimming right there. I don't see these guys deep dive all too often, but I'll certainly look into fixing this exhibit up so you can see that a lot more. But yeah, we have a little backstage access right here for, well, it's implied, but it's for this little waterfall right here. And this little waterfall will lead you right into the little, oh no, the little creek area of this part. And it has a bunch of enrichment for our little otter friends. We have another backstage building that I have not fleshed out yet. And yeah, these guys have a nice wide open area for them to play in. A lot of place to swim in. We saw that guy, little guy just jump in right there. Look how happy he is. Kind of creepy, but whatever. And yeah, these little pieces right here, these are quickly turning into some of my favorites. They start to remind me of the South America temple pieces, but a lot smaller than the ones that we actually get, and I think they work pretty well together. Can't wait to get to South America part of the builds, because I'm definitely going to be using those a lot more. We have an educator stand. Unfortunately, I haven't really integrated this yet. Once I build like the parking lot and stuff like that, I'm definitely going to start homing in on a bunch of guest-oriented parts of the build soon. But right now we can just ignore that. Now right here, this is a fish ladder. And it's a way that, well, it's a representation of it. These guys, ZZ, gotta thank you again. Thank you so much for everything that you do. These are just little statues of fish going up the ladder. It's for typically lower water, well, lower in terms of river, fish to be able to swim back up in places sort of like where dams might have been built to sort of reach higher waters for spawning their eggs and stuff like that, like salmon and stuff. So we have a little education spot for that right here, and we have a little fountain. And I think it looks pretty cool overall, especially thanks to the splash particle effect right there. Except for the part where it goes off of the fountain itself, but I think that's fine. And lastly, to finish us off, I don't think I actually showed off this view as well, but I think it looks pretty cool. We can see the little beaver getting a little bite to eat right there. And yeah, to finish this off, we have a little splash pad over here with the otter statues, and I think it came off pretty well. Now, this rock is actually not floating. It's being held up by a metal beam right there. I saw that on Pinterest. Guys, you gotta get on Pinterest if you need some more ideas for some zoos, because it helps out so much. But we can see the otter kind of hanging out on that rock right there, and I could just imagine a little kid all too excited to go jump in the water, and he smashes his head against this pole and just falls right to the ground. And yeah, I think it comes off pretty well. I will be including some more changing rooms down there, maybe in the style of a bathroom going forward, just because you don't want to walk around all wet all day. You'll start to chafe, buddy, you know? And yeah, that's pretty much it for what I have done for the zoo so far. Here's a overall view. I never expected this zoo to get so far done, but yeah, I'm pretty impressed with myself. And I gotta thank everyone who helped to make all the blueprints, put them on the workshop. You guys are literally the lifeblood of this project, and thank you so much. So future plans, we can skirt up over here. I want this area to lead into Australia, and I want to start an aviary using some of Drax's new birds, like the cockatoo that he just put on the workshop. I want to include a little wallaby walkthrough exhibit, and I'll just use the female kangaroos in place of wallabies for now. I'll include another alternative kangaroo habitat, as well as dingoes, cassowaries, and emu, possibly connected to the aviary, and some koalas. And that'll possibly lead to South America and Asia. And the South America will actually connect to the rest of the North America habitats. And like I said before, thank you Combat Wombats for suggesting the idea for a changing room. I'm probably going to change that out for a bathroom because I do want to keep guest needs met. In addition to that, I'm going to also have some more American bison and pronghorns, possibly in the same exhibit itself. Timber wolves, grizzly bears, a lot more smaller implied exhibits, and possibly a desert house, kind of Mexican themed, because we do have a bunch of south of the border reptiles and animals that we could include in there. And that one will lead to the South America part of the zoo itself. Anything else I'm missing? Just a few backstage things, really. I've noticed a lot of these zoos actually have these sort of holding cages for some of these smaller animals, and big ones too. But this one's for the beavers right here. I did the same thing with the eagles up here. And I have this little backstage path going to the lighting for the American Adventures. And yeah, here's a little gift shop I made. Nothing crazy. I know Eben made these. That's pretty much all I know. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this one. I think that's it for now. Not sure if I'm going to get started on Australia or the rest of North America going forward, but I hope you guys enjoyed this one so far. If you guys want to keep an update on progress, I'll definitely be posting in like the Bro Nation Discord. I'll be posting in Drew's Discord. Yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure to like, comment, and maybe even consider subscribing if you want to keep in contact with this series. And yeah, it means a lot for you guys to check this out. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys look forward to more of Blackstone Zoo going forward. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.